Hit it. My name is Neil Thomas, and I work late, so my nights are really spent with like me on the couch and a bunch of beers and ESPN. So this is inspired by drunken ESPN watching. But I chose to talk about Paul Williams, who was a welterweight boxer who was paralyzed last week from the waist down. This happened in Atlanta. Boxer Paul Williams was paralyzed Sunday after being involved in a motorcycle accident outside of his brother's home. His manager said from the waist down he has absolutely no movement. He's in very good spirits though. He told it to the Associated Press from his home in Aiken, South Carolina. He still believes he's going to fight again. Williams, who's only 30 years old, severed his spine cord after falling on his back and head when he was thrown from his motorcycle Sunday morning in Marietta, Georgia. Patterson said Williams has been listed in serious but stable condition on Monday at an undisclosed hospital. The crash happened Sunday morning in Marietta after Williams tried to avoid another car in the next lane that was negotiating a curve. Williams was in the area to attend his brother's wedding, which was scheduled later that evening. I know he's going to make a statement after surgery on Wednesday because he's that kind of person, Patterson said. He's 100% coherent and still has the will to want to get back into the ring and back on a motorcycle. Williams is scheduled to fight Saul Alvarez on September 15th. That fight has been canceled. His longtime promoter Dan Goosen confirmed the cancellation of the fight on Monday. Right now there's no thinking about fighting right now except for the fight that Paul's going through. And keeping his body, to keep movement back in his body and keep the movement that's above his waist, already in progress. Peterson said he continues to hope that Williams will have a boxing career. I want to think along with him because I've seen him do things in his boxing career that shouldn't have happened. Williams is among the most versatile and unusual athletes in boxing, making him a highly undesirable opponent. He has competed effectively in an impressive 3 weight classes against much shorter foes, making it uncomfortable considering that he's only 147 pounds, but he's 6'2". Williams won his first major welterweight title in 2007 against Antonio Margarito. He struggled to land fights after that because of his unusual frame. Opponents found him a difficult fight. He earned victories over the likes of Carlos Quintana and Winky Wright. In November of 2010, he suffered his first loss, a knockout, which was considered to be one of the worst in welterweight history. He was unimpressive in his next 2 fights, but this fight, which was scheduled for September, was supposed to be his comeback bout. We want fans to know he's going to be all right, and he'll be back, Peterson said. He said if he's not going to be a boxer again, he wants to be a stand-up comedian. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank